Welcome to another Thursday video, guys. Happy Thursday. Today we're going to talk about this, the Rooftop Tinny. I've got a few questions from people and, just ask what it is and how it goes up and down, how it goes. So yeah, let's talk about it. So I guess first things first, we'll get it off, hey, and then we'll have a look at it. I just tie it up underneath here. I'll show you. I just tie it around the seats here, underneath, and at the front. It hasn't come off yet. Now, one of the problems I have with this boat, it would slide on and off really easily, but I keep Lily's mow up in there, and it just snags on everything. So it can sometimes be a bit of a pain to get back on, but it's not too bad getting it off.
I was just gonna make you a smoothie.
I know, but we're
also, I'm sorry, I have a cold ATM.
But it's hot. I don't know how that works. Alright, so it's pretty easy to come off. I just go like so. Let him down.
It's not graceful.
Yeah, it's not graceful, but it's not too bad. I like to put it in the dirt. I think I've already bent one of the handles. I mean, a bit of a pulley system would be probably the smarter idea, but I haven't got that far yet.
People at home are going to be like, what the heck is happening here?
This is it. It's broken even worse. That broke it even worse that time. I shouldn't have done that.
Can you re-weld it?
I can't weld aluminium.
Why not?
Because I'm not that skilled.
How's it different to normal weld?
It's different metal. We'll figure it out. So the Tinny is a 3.5 metre Procraft. Procraft is just a guy from Tassie that I got to build the boat for me. It's like a punt style sort of setup. It's only 52 kilos dry. We've got a few things in it now, I guess, like the esky always stays in it and stuff. Still super light, like me and Lil can both carry it quite far together, which makes super easy. I can get it on and off the roof myself. And also with the 15 on the back, it flies. I think we get about 45 k's an hour is the fastest I've had it. Maybe we'll try that today, hey?
No.
What do you mean, no?
No.
Yeah, let's try. We'll try, see how fast we can get it to go today. That sounds good.
I made it go pretty fast one time.
Yeah, I know. You also crashed it into a reef. So this rack here was built by the same guy that built the boat. So the boat is, I actually can't remember I can't remember the measurement what it is right now. The rack is 50 mil wider between these two bits than the boat. So I've got 25 mil either side. And then we've just whacked this nylon on here that I've just sort of screwed down. And that just helps the boat slide up and down. It actually seems to work really well. I don't need a winch or anything like that. But yeah, the rack's held up. It's fully aluminium. It's just 40 by 40 SHS. Works an absolute treat. So at the back of the caravan here, we have the outboard holder. It's just got onto like a 50 mil hitch down the bottom of the van, and then just goes onto here. I just use these little clamps in here that I would use to tighten the motor onto the boat with, and they just hold it. So it seems to be working pretty well, to be honest.
I forgot the honey, but I actually think that it's...
You forgot the honey? Thanks for the smoothie.
No worries.
So this thing weighs about, I think it's about 27 kilos. So it's heavy, but it's not unmanageable. Oh. So I'm not very big, and I can do pull-ups with it.
I'm sorry you had to watch that.
So we've got a 12 litre tank or 3 gallons for those of you who are in America. I haven't run out of fuel yet. Just because of keeping on the roof, I don't really keep anything in the boat. I've got this little esky here. It's strapped in all the time. I just keep these 2 life jackets and fire extinguisher, and there's a ski rope handle in there. Just like safety equipment and stuff in there at all times. But everything else, like the anchor and the oars, I just keep them in the car. It's just, the less weight on the roof for me is probably better. I also have these wheels, and these attach right in here. You chuck your pin through there, put them in. They sort of sit like this, and then you can walk your boat down to the water. Actually works quite well, but where we are here today, it's just super muddy here. So what we'll do is we'll probably just carry the boat down, me and Lil, and then put the motor and everything all in it then. Probably be a bit easier. Otherwise those wheels will just get stuck in the mud. They're not very off-roady. So, this is probably the most awkward spot to put the boat in, but...
It is. I don't know that we've picked our best spot.
No. So I'll just line it up and wind it in.
I don't reckon many people put their boats in here.
Do you reckon they're too smart?
I reckon they're too smart. We're on, cowboy. Have we made a bad decision?
Yeah, probably.
Well, when do we ever make good decisions, to be honest?
That was horrendous. Now, to get this up here. So you might be wondering how I get this thing out of the water. This is how you do it. You just go here, give it a magic tap and say, go. Yep. How easy was that? Now loading this thing back on is pretty much just the reverse of what I did before. I've got to put the motor on the back, make sure that the cover's on as well. Just make sure that that's secure. And then pretty much just flip the boat around and slide her up on the back. So I always put these straps on first around the sea, because you'll see later they're so hard to get to. So, little time trick. I've got to put the surfboard in first before it goes up, because it won't fit in the canopy. So I just sort of put it up here, slide the nose up there, and then just to hold it in, I'll just use some of these Oki straps, strap it down over the seat. But first, because it's so dirty, I'll give it a bit of a hose off, hey? So now with these straps on here, creates a pivot point and it makes it easy for me to get it on. Watch this. As always, the time that I film, it never goes to plan. But it's simple enough. So this is where the last strap goes. Just over here. And that holds it down. So lastly guys, one of the questions that I always get answered is how do I flush the outboard motor when we're traveling? Well, it's actually pretty hard. This motor doesn't actually use muffs like a normal outboard would. It sucks from underneath the cavitation plate. It's really odd. So right here, where you usually pick your water, have your water pick up, there's nothing there, and it actually sucks it from up under here. And this is a pain. So I've actually bought this little thing from, I think it was just like eBay or something. Like I couldn't find this anywhere, but it was just like $5 on eBay. It wasn't in any shops. I asked so many people and they were like, I don't know. So I just whack this thing on and then that's how we flush it. Oh, you gotta turn the water on. As anyone knows that's lived in a caravan, you're very limited with water and being able to get it. We've only carry 150 litres, so I don't really want to be wasting good drinking water trying to flush my motor all the time. So, what I've done is I have a collapsible bucket, and what I do is I fill up the bucket with our grey water, and then I put the boat motor in it and I flush it with the grey water. I know that it's not ideal, but it's probably better than the salt water that's going through it. Now that's our tinny setup. So there's so many things I reckon I missed. I just didn't really think about it. Oh, the flies are horrendous here. There's so many things that I missed and so many things I've forgotten, but if you've got any questions about it, just send us a message, comment down below, anything, and I'll get back to you, because, you know, I'm sure there is a lot of questions that I left unanswered. I know it's not the best tinny setup around there, but it works for us. It's pretty much exactly what I wanted, does the job. It was cheap. I paid $2,000 for the tinny, and the motor was $1,000 bucks, $400 for the rack, and you know, maybe another $400 in all the rest of the stuff like the safety gear and stuff like that. To be honest, like under $4,000. The tinny's brand new. I think the motor is about a 2007 model. Yeah, just it's great. Thanks for watching another video, guys, and I'm sure I'm going to see you again on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. Ciao for now.